There's a problem with the Apex Legends Season 16 meta, and I'm here to talk about it. In fact, I'm here to do more than talk. I'm here to explain it, give you answers as to what's happening, and also explain as to what's to come. But maybe you've already felt it. Season 16 in Revelry has given us some of the widest opportunities of legend composition choices we've ever had in the game. And that's amazing, if you know what to do with it, which many people don't. One team you probably have been following, whether you watch and like my channel or just watch ALGS in general, is TSM. And just a month ago, they had the meta down better than anybody else. In fact, it felt like just yesterday that we were watching this moment that should have given them a nice start into the next split that's happening now.
Have their feet touch the floor. TSM under duress, House taking damage. The black hole's gonna go down. He's desperate to get down to his long-time duo in reps and just about manages to do so.
TSM holding on, they're into the top 5. Guard eliminated. Member, Ascend are still alive. SSG and Dreamfire are fighting, and Dreamfire have gone down. Fnatic are weak. This could be Ascend versus TSM.
What a moment this is. Reps goes in, should be able to get the shield swap as well. 3 squads remaining. One of them is Ascend, one Fnatic and one TSM. Fnatic eliminated. It is a shootout to become the champions here in London between TSM and Ascend. Charge rifle shots hit. Who has the utility available? Reps, you saw the Seer. He has the exhibit available as well. He can get that down to get the wall hacks out. That's going to give TSM an advantage. But the last thing you want to do here, Dan, is be the first to be knocked.
Have they been tracking the kill feed? Do they know they are going up against another team on match point? Whoever wins here wins this tournament. Post kill, trying to take an angle, trying to get an area where he can put down suppressing fire to allow Kashira and the rest to get out.
Ascend have got to make the play here. Do they have the EMP available? Is that what they're going to use to try and push from? It does not get more intense than this. Match point leaves us with 2 teams as Kashira makes the play. Kashira for Europe gets the shots in, but no shield break as now the fight goes down.
So important that you get the damage here, and it's done!
TSM up in the skies. House goes down from the heavens!
What a moment. And as the video goes and Mark's amazing call goes, London belongs to TSM. An amazing moment. 2 teams on match point. History would be made either way. And you felt that going into the next split, TSM would carry that momentum, having played Valk, Seer, and Horizon from that championship moment. But what would happen would be anything but. In fact, these are a few clips I talked about and kind of clipped myself watching TSM streams when they went back to playing a different composition. As we all know, Season 16 let Catalyst out and allowed people to play it. And they had a hard time adjusting to figuring out what they were going to play either with Catalyst or against it.
I got a spectating LAN that's full. They're all the way on the east side. Just they can take advantage of Bangor and everything.
We were literally in zone. We just peeked the stairs like for no reason. And then got stuck.
We didn't peek the stairs. He peeked the stairs.
I didn't even peek the stairs. I'm holding the staircase. I didn't even peek it. The guy peeked me. He pushed down the staircase and stuck me. Like, what? You want to just like sit in the corner and let him walk up and stick us anyways? Like what? What?
Hey, but what? If we played another comp, how would that be any different?
I could Valko fucking somewhere. I could Valko away and go somewhere.
Where?
Like side of the building. I could go side of this building where fucking I'm watching FaZe. It's way better. I can have, I don't know, like I can have fucking Cat and not let them push up.
I mean,
I don't know, bro.
We could have gone there with Bang too. We just Bang ult and then smoke.
Yeah, and they just keep peeking us when they have control of the doorways. Like how we have no control of the doors. They have Cat.
Now, the essence of this clip isn't to say that TSM are doing something different than we've ever seen. We know they like to argue. Arguing actually isn't a problem, but it was a problem that kind of surfaced that felt maybe, okay, this is just a combo, they're upset, but really it started to lead into a very big storyline that has been currently happening. In fact, one of the things I loved about this second clip that I want to show you is that TSM were not clear what to do after that conversation, and Raven raised a question, okay, fine, what do we do?
We already used all of our nades in the first push. Like, I can't throw a nade to stop them from pushing after I got stuck. Like,
Okay, then
I don't know. I
think of
really
solutions. We play Valkyrie Cat and we get frustrated because we can't push a single team. Then what's the solution?
maybe just not playing Horizon. I don't know.
Now, that was a very important comment. You don't know why yet, but I'm going to tell you in just a moment because wouldn't you know it, going back into the first start of the season, they would get closer and closer to having more scrims and a little bit more success. And guess what? It wouldn't be not including Horizon. In fact, they would feature Horizon in this lineup on Verholz. And here's a little bit of a moment that you could see them getting that confidence back.
Arc stars for this.
Stay with me, guys. We're going slow.
Back on the left, cracked.
Walking up.
I cracked one. I'm walking up on this.
Lock one shot on the left. Yeah, with us.
Nice.
Now, doesn't it feel good on game 6 of a scrim to get that W, finally giving you some momentum heading into the first day of the Split 2 Pro League, where as reigning champions just a month ago, having lifted that trophy, obviously are our top team to watch. Well, they did. They did play Horizon in the first day of Split 2 Pro League. And do you know what happened? Not many people would have guessed. In fact, if you take a look at these charts, probably nobody will believe me. But this is truly what occurred on day 1. Day 1, Apex Legends, Split 2, TSM with that lineup got 18th place. 2 points. That's it. After 3 days of playing, things haven't got that much better, and they find themselves overall, in terms of the standing, in a 18th position, having played the maximum amount of games. There are teams here like like OG, Optic Gaming, and XSET, just XSET. There's another team I want to mention, even Furia, who is above them in this position, but XSET, who have only played 2 games, and they are in fourth place. That is a showcase of the discrepancy between certain teams who have jumped out to the races and how TSM comparatively have played. In fact, this was something that even Chrono Creative, if you don't know Chrono, he is actually a big community member. He's done a lot of tournament organizing. He used to work with FaZe. Dark Zero, co-founded Oversight Esports, is helping Fallout with his brand new Apex Rising, and a great guy in the community. Tweeted out earlier on, just a few days after that, that there is currently only 2 teams on orgs that went to the Split 1 playoffs in top 11 after day 2. We are in for a treat this split. Now, that was really one of the biggest statements here, that every team that we felt was going to get off to it, had understood the meta, was kind of in the bottom barrel, which means that this is a tough meta to figure out. The compositions are either something very different, or these players are having a very different mental approach to how this game is played. Now, let's get into the answer of what the composition is, because this is a second story that many people haven't figured out. It's that Seer, although all these characters have changed and Catalyst has come back into the meta, Seer is still a character that is a must play. And I don't know if this is going to change, guys. Honestly, I think you have to get used to playing Seer. Seer has just such great abilities in a game like a BR, being able to have that vision with Exhibit, being able to have that stun lock in terms of trying to get a res or get a shield battery off, and plus get the vision. Even with these nerfs, Seer is still viable. So for those thinking Seer fell off because of it, it's not true. And I know most of you don't think that, but let's take a look at some of the other teams and how they perform, because it wasn't just TSM who were being questioned this split. There were other teams who had big moments that we thought could hoist this trophy one day, and Split 2 might be their time. In fact, Alliance and Alliance Yuki specifically were one of those teams and players that we were keeping our eyes on. And on Split 2, they would be coming off one of the hypest 1v1s we've ever seen on LAN between Yuki and Imperial Hal in London. If you haven't seen it, it's worth a watch.
It's a 1v1! It's a 1v1! Oh, what is he gonna do? He needs to finish up. He wants to get the KP. He wants to get the shields up real quick. He gets the shields up, and the 1v1, he takes a little bit of damage. He's playing off the fence line. He's got that natural cover, and he's looking to engage.
Hal versus Yuki. It all comes down to this. For 3 KP and 3 more placement points. It's the CEO versus the model. Yuki's an absolute monster, but Hal's better. He's gonna fry, doesn't take any damage. Hal is perfect, but Yuki turns it around.
No way.
Finish the shots, no. Yuki play the knockdown, and Hal's gonna melt him again.
Oh, he's supposed to He punches him away. He gets the extra space. He punches him again. Don't get out. You just need the fist.
He's playing with his food, Vicky. He's playing with his food.
He's won.
But he's 1 HP.
No!
He's out of ammo. Was he out of ammo? Oh Oh my God! Are you kidding me? Yuki clutches up against Hal in a 1v1. How did he do that? What did we just see?
What an incredible player as well. What a great guy. Yuki, one of the my favorite personalities in the scene. Plus, the man just looks so dang good. Used to be a model, now a pro gamer. And obviously, Alliance has taken a nice route upwards as a team that we thought could be bringing something new to the Apex Legends scene at the highest of high levels. And they have certainly proven that. In Split 2, where TSM have fallen off because they've tried a meta in the past that didn't work and were a little resistant to Catalyst, though Raven actually was the one I did a video on. If you haven't seen it, the problem with Catalyst, it's one of my most recent videos, talking about how Catalyst is the new meta, have kind of, I don't know, warred against themselves, gone against the grain. A team that hasn't gone against the grain, they literally just went away from the grain and farmed a whole nother field. They switched to like kelp farming in the water, said screw dry land and grain altogether, is Alliance, as they introduced a character that we've never seen be successful in high level. That, of course, is Rampart. Take a look at this. Still in the mix, Phoenix Legacy, Alliance, and of course Vex. Alliance and Vex going at it a little bit. Alliance clean up Matafe, and that is one big kill to try to cement themselves here in game number 4, the first game on Storm Point. Rampart Walls, it got him to a top 3, a top 2 last game. Can it get him a win here? Maybe one of the first Rampart wins we've seen as a legitimate pick across this meta, and that would be exciting. All the theory crafting would be worth it. But Tifa, still a long way to go. 5 squads left. Phoenix Legacy, SMS still in front of them.
The land drop down. We last saw start a fight utilizing the Trident. Alliance off screen.
Okay.
Absolutely impaling. And Sivin from Morningstar's trying to survive with all the damage from the back.
Oh my goodness, it was a sweet swap there, I'm telling you, from Vex. I don't know if they're going to be able to clean it up. They can't. It's just a push from SMS, and it's Alliance who come in with the Rampart. Alliance take game 4, and they prove, yes, this might just be the counter to the meta everyone was so scared of. Rampart gets the win with Alliance, and it goes extremely well and beneficial for Alliance in that regard. They have continued to play, Rampart on their squad, and what has it resulted in? Well, it's resulted in one of the best scores in all of EMEA. After 4 total match days, of which Alliance have played 3, they are sitting in 3rd place overall in EMEA with 54 points. This is a team that is on fire, and they have taken their own approach to the meta. But why does Rampart strike you as so interesting? Is Rampart really the answer that we've been trying to raise in this video and say this is what the problem is with the Season 16 meta? No one's playing the characters that are actually good. No one is acknowledging the characters that will work, and they're going with characters that are of a meta's past? Maybe, but I actually think there's another answer. However, let's take a look at what has happened with Rampart as a result of that. Rampart, as we know, is one of the least picked characters in Apex Legends history. This is no surprise to many people. Rampart came out and was terribly underpowered and terribly undervalued and didn't quite have the pizzazz as some of these other legends in terms of their personality and flair. Also didn't quite have that energy around her like Wraith, Pathfinder, Octane have always had in terms of characters being their most beloved. Rampart was a niche pick, and she's 1.5% of the overall pick when you kind of total all of that in terms of Apex Legends. But what's been interesting is this. The change since Season 16 saw Rampart take nearly a 20% dip in terms of her play rate, but something happened right here. March 11th, March 12th. Well, what could have happened? Wait a second. When did that Alliance win happen? Wait, March 11th. Interesting. So Alliance showcased to the world that the very first time you can win with Rampart in the highest of high levels results in this character being maybe more viable than others thought. And what we then see is 2 days later, almost the exact day after that, a huge increase in Rampart's play rate, a continual uptick in her play rate. Why is this so special? Well, it gives us an opportunity to look at 2 things. One, this character might not have been bad, and people were obviously unaware of it. And once they got the information, they made different decisions. That's one thing that's true. And this is how players can actually revitalize a character that is not popular. You see a pro-level player doing a great job with her, and then the highest levels of players in ranked and in pubs match that because they watch Twitch, they watch videos like this, they watch the ALGS, and then they take it into their own games. That is one way you can do it. Another way you can get a character kind of excited and a higher play rate is giving them something brand new. Now, what other character got something brand new? Well, if you think about buffs, there's a lot of things you can mention. Pathfinder ziplines, you could talk about Mirage. But in terms of one of the things I've always mentioned, aesthetics, vibe, these things that feel like they're not tangible, but make people play characters. And one of the biggest changes we saw was actually to one of the oldest characters in the game. That was Wraith. She uncovered something that many people had wanted her to get, were actually animations for her heirloom. I'll show you just an example here from Storage Ray's YouTube video. Crouching, you get to do that cool W. And I did even a video talking about these where you could see heirloom animations. Tons of things, like Wraith actually cutting the wings off of a fly, which is just sick. To opening up secret lore.
My favorite ghost.
With her and Watson and Anesi. What is up with that? This is all just added for free if you already own the heirloom. So a lot of people wanted to continue playing Wraith. In fact, Wraith's stats after season 16 look like this. It's just been a continual uptick in percentage of what she has basically been valued at. And yes, that is because she's also gotten a literal buff in terms of her overall max portal distance. Now, many people think it's just been double, but you have to remember her portal distance used to be about 95, 100 in terms of meters, and they took it down by 25% over the course of, I guess, the last 2-3 years. This nerf happened around January 23rd, 2020, and they decreased that portal placement by 25%. Now, not only do you get that 25% back, it's 152 meters. This is like almost a third more than it ever was. And so, yes, that is a big deal to Wraith. Now, what has that resulted in, though? Because Wraith, in my opinion, is one of those characters that really has the potential to carry a game. Got a great hitbox, has got a great utility, one of the best immunity frames in the entire game. And we're seeing now a trend in which players are recognizing, maybe because of the animations, maybe because of the hype, and maybe just because of, hey, something new, that this might be a character that has been long forgotten, like the Rampart, like the Catalyst, and is the next step in the Apex Legends meta. But I want to know what you guys think. I'm going to show you a video here, and like I showed you in the Problem with Catalyst, a 3-perspective video of Flying Sorcerers, 100 Thieves, and TSM. Many of them using Wraith, especially TSM Imperial Hal, but also different lineups that have been contesting each other for supremacy in this meta to showcase not just the problem, but then after this, to finally answer what I think the issue is and why this meta has been difficult for teams who have done things a different way. Let's go ahead and watch, and I want you to give your thoughts as well as to whether you think Wraith is the answer for TSM, but also whether you feel like you have the answer to this meta and what works.
I got one kill.
Okay, do we want to like hold that side?
There's a full team in there, I think, but I don't know anything else. I just downed one team is full dead.
By the way, big shout out to Apex Perspective, who puts these videos together. This is really, really cool. We got a little pause here. Let's make sure that I didn't run out of internet. I did not. Well, guys, guess what? This is a live video right here. As you can see, I know it feels like I've pre-produced it, but this is all live. Here we go, right back to the gameplay.
They're fighting in the middle of the fucking zone.
I want to peek this with Kraber.
Jordan or Evan, make sure they don't slide down from the tunnel.
Yeah, I'm now.
No edits, baby.
140 on the Valk.
Okay, try to get the kills, to be honest.
Not for these videos.
I'm about to shoot these guys in the back. Crash the Gibby's one dead.
Nice G7.
It's a duo. It's a Cossack solo on his knock, I think.
I got the Cossack.
Right here, nice. TSM incorporating the Catalyst, the Seer, and the Wraith. Something we haven't seen.
The Valk on the Cossack crate.
I don't have an aim.
112.
I didn't have an aim.
And Hal back on Wraith. Feels like season
I'm just
1,
staying
2,
right here.
3.
I'm safe still, where I'm at.
Under, in the... Oh, they're just in tunnel.
Should I back up?
No, you're fine. He's right next to you.
They might be under the bridge,
Put
too.
Q's around the corners, Evan, so they can't
They're
swing
under
out.
the bridge, yes. They're under the bridge and the tunnel.
I should be behind us. I should be behind, bro. You should be in the front. I'm backing up.
You can't cross. If you need to go, Evan, just fucking listen to me, please.
I have 4 shots left.
Like, you're not...
You're not what? You're not that guy, pal. You're not that pal.
They're gonna be above us.
Jordan, you can come to me and get Kraber shots on me.
If you guys are enjoying this video,
they're gonna peek above.
like.
Why would they? There's no reason.
That's the most important thing for the success of this video.
I'm still
besides
looking for
you
this
clicking on
shot. Hold on, I have a scan. Give me a
it. I
second.
appreciate it.
I can't see them. I don't have a digi.
And if there's something else you want me to make one of these problems or
Make sure we don't get swung on from behind, Evan.
140 on one. We have 3 shots.
Now they're going up against a team which has done really well.
To smoke. I'm cheating.
Sorcerer, Zen, Impulse. This is drug free. Call them Flying Sorcerer, but this is a really good team. Had a great start to the
Guys,
season.
why are you shooting me from height? I'm helping you. Like actual
Yeah,
stupidity.
he's about to be on. He's flying up to the very height of the rock. I'm looking for a peg.
And the team on the rock above them is also
I'm gonna bang
100
right.
Thieves, who is at this point, I believe,
above us.
in, I want to say, 3rd place overall
They see what I'm catching.
in North America.
They might peek. Be careful. Hugging the wall.
5th place. 5th place
Send
overall.
right.
So doing really well this season also.
If they fight, we should third that.
He's peeking the height.
Like you
too.
can hug the mountain.
I gotta go to you. I gotta go to you.
I just got cracked. They might push off that. Please look.
I'm looking. Look at the left.
No, you're not.
I couldn't feel where he
Oh,
was.
like. Oh my.
Give knock. Hold knock.
Back
Hold
here.
knock for me. Hold knock for me.
One thing you can tell is Hal's frustration has built
Walk that
up,
bangle for me.
and it is frustrating to lose for Hal. We watched
You
this
can still win this.
documentary as well. But as anyone who's been in a relationship or at fights, you know
They're so
that
low. I'm gonna go for the res. You need
when
to
it
look.
happens
Look at
too
them.
much, it's hard to get out of.
Let me know,
And
let me know.
I've seen that they've been in this frustrating situation with each other for quite a long time. Something's kind of got to
look at
give
my
there.
smoke. Cause like, because of the zone.
Start giving each other benefits of the doubt again, getting into a better rhythm.
That was
In terms of
nothing,
mistakes,
biggest
that's
thermite
drug-free
ever
going down.
thrown. I've died. Okay, that was such a good thermite. They're all here. Jesus Christ. They're all 3 on this. They're gonna swing it. That was the best fucking thermite ever thrown by a human being.
Look left. Look left. Diamonds. Flash. Weak on the left. Focus right. I gotta get to your head glitch. I'm good. Nice. You gotta look right. Look. 80 on one.
I'm popping a bat. Watch here.
So they
I'm
got
nowhere
Hal
back.
back up.
I cracked them. I cracked
100
2 of
Thieves
My
them.
drop, be ready.
drug free.
There's 2 knocks on me. 140 on the last guy. I lost
That's
the kill.
actually, that just happened just now in this perspective. So now 100 Thieves.
One
just
team
done
right
that.
up. One team above.
Peeking right here. I'm peeking right here.
Good timing by TSM on the rotate. Oh my god.
Got 2. I got 2.
Catches him out to dry. Like laundry, just hanging up in the wind.
Crossing open.
Come back to me.
One off.
There's a caustic. Whoa.
Dead. Saw you. Right now. I found them out. I need an armor.
So what is the answer?
I just got walked on by this team.
Because we've seen a caustic team now throw their ult. We've seen
Sorry,
a
that was tough.
Valkyrie, a
This team was
Seer, a
hiding.
Bangalore. We've seen a Seer, a
Hiding them.
Catalyst, a Wraith.
I'm gonna give you a knock.
And we've
Can you
seen,
calm
like I
where they're
said,
at,
Caustic
Evan?
up on
Can't
top.
see him right now. They're on height. I'll push it they're on
They're
height.
rezzing. They're rezzing right now.
Not
Not
Did
just
you
to
up?
mention.
I don't have it. I don't have it.
I downed him again. Stay down. Stay down. Stay down.
Oh man. I went up for you. It's a purple one.
Dropping.
Maybe the most important
Bro,
thing.
like. You guys are both just trolling.
I got stuck on a box, bro. I actually got super unlucky. I literally got like cocked.
Can't even win the game when that shit's literally just given to us.
Frustration aplenty, and we all understand that this is something TSM has always struggled with. But the answer to what is the meta and what's the problem with the meta, it's that people keep thinking that the meta is a thing, that it is an answer when it's not. You clearly have seen that Season 16 has opened up the choices of every single team to have a composition that isn't the same and yet is just as effective as they've always been, or maybe even more, if it suits their playstyles. What I feel TSM has been chasing is something where it's been clear, defined, and determined as to what are the best legends, which we have seen for most of Apex Legends. I agree. But with the new system, the new classes, the new legends that are available, people playing Rampart for crying out loud, we're seeing things like Ashe, Bangalore, Valkyrie work. We're seeing Fuses come back into the meta. We're seeing Catalyst, Caustic, Rampart, Wraiths. There is no holds barred on what you can play. And for those teams that are aware of it, they're going to succeed. I think the problem with the meta is that we keep thinking there is one. And teams need to now start looking at what works for us and figuring out how to win that way. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. Remember to never give up, never stop gaming. I'll see you all next time.